Several weeks ago, there was an incident on one of our flights in which a passenger was forcibly removed from our plane to make room for our staff members. My name is Pehrson, and I am the Director of Public Relations for United Airlines, and I have been with United Airlines for 10 years now. Let me first begin by addressing the situation at hand and giving some much-needed background information on the situation. So, on April 9th, 2017, at the O'Hare International Airport, a passenger by the name of David Dow was forcibly removed from Flight 3411 by airport security. Our United Gate agent had made an announcement stating that the flight had been overbooked and they needed someone to volunteer to give up their seat for the United staff that needed to be on that flight. Passengers were initially offered $400 in vouchers, a hotel stay, and a new flight within 21 hours. No one offered to give up their seat, so the offer was then bumped up to $800 in vouchers. Still nobody offered to give up their seat, and so a manager came onto the plane and made an announcement that 4 anonymously chosen people would give up their seats. 3 of the 4 randomly selected agreed and left the plane with no problem. The 4th person was David Dow. David Dow refused to get up, claiming that he needed to get home to see his parents that were going to be at his doctor's clinic the next day. At this point, the United Airlines had requested the assistance of the Chicago Department of Aviation Security officers. Dow still refused to leave his seat and said that he needed to get home once again. At this point, the officers physically removed him from the seat themselves. Because he was resisting so much, he suffered injuries to his head and mouth, and passengers on the plane recalled Dow's head being thrown against an armrest by one of the officers, which then they proceeded to drag him down the aisle by his arms. Even after getting Dow off the plane, he managed to get back on and claimed that he needed to get home, which was followed by him collapsing in a seat and passing out. He was then taken off the plane on a stretcher. There were several distressed passengers on the flight that voluntarily got up and left the flight after this incident got off. Dow was taken to the hospital right after the incident for a broken nose, sinus injuries, missing teeth, and a concussion. Reconstructive surgery was required. So now that I have described the situation and told the story behind what happened on Flight 3411, I will try my best to apologize for the situation and make it known that what happened was not okay. Let me first start by saying I am very, very sorry to the passenger that was forcibly removed, and I am sorry for the passengers that had to witness this event. It saddens me that David Dow was injured and our many loyal customers had to witness what happened on 3411. We are happy to announce that we have reimbursed those passengers on 3411 for the awful situation that were put in, that never should happen. We want to again describe our sadness about the situation and ensure our customers that nothing like this will ever happen again if it is in our power. Although we are saddened by this event, I would like to explain the situation we are in and try to explain the many measures that we have taken to try and fix the situation. According to some, we don't care for our customers and aren't trying our best to bounce back from the situation. This is anything but true, as we are constantly trying to find ways to improve our flights and experiences for our flyers. In fact, we have committed to make 10 changes in which we feel that will improve our flyers' experiences as a whole. These 10 things are limiting the use of law enforcement unless safety or security issues are at hand, not requiring customers that are seated already on the plane to get up and leave unless they voluntarily do so, increasing customer compensation up to $10,000 when seats are needed, establishing a customer solution team, ensuring crews are booked onto flights that are at least 60 minutes prior to departure, providing employees with annual training that is already on top of the training that we do, also creating an automated system for soliciting volunteers to change travel plans, reducing the amount of overbooking, empowering employees to resolve customer service issues correctly, and giving them training so that they understand how to do these things, and also eliminating the red tape on permanently lost bags by adopting a no questions asked policy on lost luggage. So now that we have described the safety of our customers that we feel is so necessary, I will begin to talk about the actions that have been taken because of the crisis, and the actions that will continue to be taken to prevent anything from ever happening again. So, per the event that has occurred, disciplinary action has been taken, and those security officers and flight attendants that were involved in the situation have been put on an administrative leave. We feel that this is the best possible route, and we are hoping that as soon as we can get our facts straight, we can further understand the situation and find the best possible route for these employees. To guarantee this type of event will never happen again, we promise to never ask a passenger to leave their seat once they are already boarded the plane, and we will deal with all situations of this sort before the boarding actually occurs. If we stick to our plan and rearrange all necessary flight changes before boarding happens, then we can resist and refrain from any physical abuse altogether. Now that I have gone into detail about this issue we are facing and how we plan to correct our actions, I will conclude. So today I've explained the situation that we, United Airlines, have been put in for the past few weeks. I also have shared the measures we have taken to ensure that those affected within the situation have been compensated. I hope that the public will realize that we cherish our customers, and we hope that they will see and recognize that we are doing everything in our power to make this situation right, and stopping it from ever happening in the future.